Hi everyone. The morning after I posted my last major video here, the morning of October 8th, the Lord gave me a lot of new light. I had expected to conclude, should the 7th of October pass without the rapture, that Joshua Mhlakela had been deceived by a lying spirit, not instructed by Jesus as he had believed. I was in no mind to consider any future calendar possibilities for the existence of the dates September 23 through 24, 2025. But on October 8th, new light came my way, which set me on a path I had not expected. Before I go further, I want to share what has always been my thinking about whether Joshua is some kind of cult leader or is just a lying attention seeker. As I understand it, cult leaders are professional self-promoters who exude a good deal of charisma and seek a major following, as well as increasing control over their followers' personal beliefs, practices, and even finances. Joshua, on the other hand, had a very small YouTube channel, no personal following to speak of, no books authored, little charisma, nothing to sell, no requests for donations, and little more than a few personal revelations about the rapture on a specific set of dates to share. He did not promote his own channel, books, ministry, or even himself. Joshua was in so many ways just the opposite of a cult leader. Also, I've long suspected that Joshua is not purposefully lying, because who in their right mind would give a 1,000,000% certain promise of the rapture on a specific set of dates, knowing full well that it is not true? This course would obviously make that person infamous, not famous, and gain them only the anger and mocking of everyone. Would even an evil person with a will to discredit Christianity make such a personal sacrifice of the appearance of sanity and credibility just to hurt Christianity? Very unlikely. So I have long seen that either Joshua is himself deceived by a lying spirit, or is a lying lunatic, or else actually received the exact message he is now infamous for from Jesus himself. And nobody has made him into a cult leader, since those who have believed his message have incredible biblical reasons for doing so, and they know it. This is what the content of my channel shows. I am sure I would have intensively watched these same dates, September 23 through 24, 2025, for the rapture, even if Joshua and his message never existed. And what I believe even now is in no way dependent on Joshua's message. I do not know him personally and do not really care what Joshua's personal opinions or interpretations are. These have little influence on my beliefs. But I cannot just discount his message, since he says it came from Jesus and that message is in line with what I see the Bible teach. As of October 7, I saw it a real possibility that Joshua was either himself deceived by a lying spirit or was a lying lunatic. But on the morning of October 8, the Lord impressed me to question the specific wording of the message that Joshua had received. I want to now show you exactly what he said Jesus told him. From his first interview on Sent Twins, we can gain a clear understanding of exactly what Jesus told him and distinguish this from the possibly incorrect interpretive additions Joshua and others have made. In that interview, Joshua explained that while he was awake reading his Bible one morning, Jesus appeared to him in a white robe and said the following: "From the time that Israel became a nation in 1948, there will be 77 years to the Exodus. On the 23rd and 24th of September 2025, I will come to take my church. Then afterward, there will be a 7-year tribulation on those left behind. Then on the 15th of September 2032, I will return to earth as king." In a separate earlier dream that same year, Joshua was told by God, "There will be no World Cup 2026 because life on earth will not be business as usual for those left behind." On the morning of October 8, I got to wondering why the specific wording, "there will be 77 years to the Exodus," instead of 77 years to the rapture. It seemed an odd way to speak. I was then impressed to go read the story of Exodus in the book by that name. Soon I was reading the story of the burning bush. Verses 7 through 8 of Exodus chapter 3 really stood out to me. "And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey." The Lord in the burning bush told Moses, "I am come down to deliver my people out of the hand of the Egyptians." Here, "I am come down" is present tense. The Lord had literally come down at that point in time for the purpose of delivering his people from Egypt. Yet only 9 chapters later did he actually deliver them. The Exodus was a process which involved a number of painful disappointments and trials for God's people. Yet that process began with God coming down to earth at the burning bush for the purpose of delivering Israel. Jesus told Joshua that on September 23 through 24, 2025, I will come to take my church. Same wording. It occurred to me that nothing prevented me from believing that Jesus actually did just that on those dates. Just as the children of Israel had no evidence that God had come down to deliver them on the day of the burning bush, we do not have any physical proof that Jesus came on September 23 through 24, 2025 to start the process of the rapture. Yet if he said he would, we should believe he did. Any such belief would be based on the biblical text presenting the Exodus story more than it would be based on Joshua, who at best misunderstood his own message. This thinking immediately explained to me something else I had wondered about. Why Jesus first told Joshua that there would be no World Cup 2026 due to a lack of business as usual after the rapture. To me, it had initially seemed a rather random revelation. Now I could see that Jesus had always intended to give us a chronological window of possibility for the rapture through Joshua's testimony. That window only began on September 23 through 24, 2025, yet it extended all the way until the scheduled first day of the World Cup 2026. This deeper reasonableness of Joshua's overall message, a reasonableness that even he still seems to be oblivious to, instantly convinced me that Joshua could not possibly be a lying lunatic. I still believe Joshua could be deceived by a lying evil spirit, but this possibility now looks more unlikely than ever due to the deeper Bible-based meaning seen in his message, not to mention the huge developments pertaining to Israel since September 23, 2025. All this to say, I will be continuing this channel under the belief that Jesus really did speak to Joshua in 2018, which means we here will be looking for a date of the rapture between September 23, 2025 and June 11, 2026. Notable high watch potentials include Feast of Tabernacles, Shemini Atzeret, Hanukkah, Purim, Passover, Unleavened Bread, and Shavuot. As for what date I am watching next, suffice it to say for now that it is Shemini Atzeret on October 13 through 14, 2025. I think this is an incredibly high watch and will hopefully make a video about it soon. Now everything I've presented here is only in regards to one part of the new light the Lord gave me on October 8. The other part about Revelation 10 is actually much more profound, and I want to highly encourage you to read my most recent community post about it. I'll pin the link to that in the comments.